Welcome back. It's been a few months, and I'm so sorry. I have to start off with an apology. I don't know. It's been a busy past few months, and things are going well. Things are about to change big time too. I'll probably be able to announce that within the next month or so. Nothing to do with you guys, but everything to do with moi. It's gonna be exciting. This episode is brought to you by the Church of What's Happening Now. I feel like I should just say that, just because it really is brought to you by that. It's the reason I started one of them, and the reason I'm still going, and now that I work with them dudes, it's really them that keeps this going too. So they really do sponsor me in a way, and I'm not ashamed to fucking say it. So thanks, Uncle Joey. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, church family. It's really fucking cool. I'm going back and listening to the beginning of the church, because I know I've listened to them, but it's been so fucking long. And recently, a couple days ago, Lee released all of the church episodes on the iTunes app. So you can go all the way back to the very first one. And it's cool as hell just to hear how they were 4 years ago. I actually released the first episode on my dad's birthday, September 2nd, 2012. And I can remember 2012 pretty clearly, because there's this guy that drives around in this Winnebago that he puts all these Jesus signs on, and back in 2012 he was warning of the apocalypse. It was December 21st, 2012 was the end of the fucking world. At least that's what he thought. And I'm not sure why he thought that, if that's really was the end of the Mayan calendar. But it wasn't really the end, I don't think. There's a lot of speculation on that. Maybe I should have somebody on here that could tell me what the fuck's up with that. I mean, I've heard a lot about it, and I kind of understand it. It was not the end of the world, it was just the end of an age. And honestly, since 2012, shit has changed. Shit has changed. It's like a fucking... it's like a bad movie. This fucking election. The way there's still dictators in this fucking world, and... oh, man. That's crazy. But hey, what the fuck are you gonna do but try and laugh, try and find some kind of happiness in this fucking craziness? That's what I tried to do every fucking day. Every day it's not really getting easier to wake up every day. I wish it would. I get this... As soon as my alarm goes off on my phone, this is my morning. I get up after the alarm goes off. Well, first here you go. Alarm goes off, bam, hit it, snooze. Because you gotta fucking snooze. Who doesn't fucking snooze? If you don't snooze, I don't know. I don't even know who you are. So as soon as I hit that first snooze, I get a little tiny bit of anxiety. Anxiety. Fucking hate that word. I'm just like, oh, Just want to go back for a couple more minutes. Back to sleep for a couple more minutes. So I don't even think that I get back to sleep ever. Very close to it, but never back to it. All the while, the anxiety's just building and building until the snooze button goes off again 8 minutes later. I'm just like, what the fuck, man? My job is not even that hard. I get worried that I'll do my shit too fast and I won't have something to do, and then I'll have to ask somebody, do you need help with that? And then they gotta show me how to do it, and I don't mind learning. It's just, oh my god, I wish it was something that I liked doing. Not that I don't like being able to get up and go to work and just sit at a cubicle all day, listen to podcasts, and come home. That's pretty fucking sweet. I just wish that there wasn't this anxiety built into the whole thing, because I also get scared going to work and getting there on time. What the fuck, man? I don't know why I get anxiety from that either. Just worrying. And I don't leave earlier. I don't know why I don't fucking get up off my ass and leave a couple minutes earlier. It could save me a lot in the end. I could come in and fucking grab a cup of coffee before I clock in. I don't know what the fuck I'm getting at with this. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm working towards something. It's gonna happen. It's gonna flourish soon. I have all these ideas, and I want them to be right, and want them to work. So far, so good. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyway, we're back for another episode. But this time, it's a SwapCast. Made famous by Bert Kreischer and BertBertBert.com. We actually recorded this episode. It was for my friend's podcast that I met through Instagram. He's located out in Hawaii. And he's a really fucking cool person. I'm glad that I met him through this social media device, and we got to talk. This was the second time we actually talked to each other through Skype. First time was back in August, and we talked for about an hour and a half. And we got off the phone, and he texted me back like, fuck, it didn't record, or it didn't save or some shit. So we just had to do it again. Both of them were cool conversations, and you know, shit happens. I am scared to do these fucking Skype interviews in the first place, just because I'm still, I mean, I've been doing this over a year now, but I'm still rather new, especially when it comes to those types of interviews or chats. I don't even know what the fuck to call them. But he recorded on his end, and then when we were done, I was like, yeah, maybe we should do this in a couple weeks and have you on my podcast. And he said, why don't we just do a SwapCast? So he sent me the MP3, and I'm putting a little intro on it. So it's really his podcast, but since it was me and him talking, I'm just going to put it out on one by one as well. His name is Erik Yoshimoto. His podcast is called Voices from the Planet. And he's a really interesting dude, a lot like me. It's a lot of the same interests. So it was really easy to talk to him, and I hope we talk again in the future. It's really cool, especially to get to know people around the world. Even though this is technically the same country, that dude is far as shit away on an island in the middle of the fucking Pacific Ocean. It's crazy. But we talked on Skype, and it was like we were fucking sitting right in the same room. It's cool as hell, man. But he puts his shit out on iTunes, so you can find it on iTunes. He's got some stuff up on Soundcloud. Voices from the Planet. You can find him on Instagram at Voices from the Planet. And he just started up a Twitter account at VFTP_podcast. So go hit him the fuck up. He's cool as shit. And just got to spread the love. Spread the love. Also, I had 2 times where I was supposed to Skype with a fella that's been on the Church of What's Happening Now. He's got a new movie that just came out last month called The Birth of a Nation, where he plays a plantation owner back in the 1800s. And we went and seen it last weekend, and whoa. That was a fucking powerful movie. And it's quite a different role for him. His name's Jason Stewart. He's a comedian and actor. And he just, from everything that I've heard him on, as far as podcasts and interviews, he sounds like a fucking cool dude. And everything that I've seen as far as his stand-up and his roles and shit. He was in Will and Grace and a whole shitload of TV shows, and he's fucking awesome. So, look forward to hearing him on One by One soon. Gonna be talking about The Birth of a Nation and some future roles of his, hopefully. So, stay tuned. Eventually want to get Joey on here too, man. We were talking about it back in like March or April, but he has had a busy year. And trust me, I've been working hard with him and for him, so I know all about how busy he's been. Just recorded his special, Comedy Dynamics was the studio that recorded it for him, and they're putting it out on CISO. You get that shit, you go on, I think if you log in and CISO.com/Joey and get the first 2 months free, motherfuckers. And his special will be streaming December 8th. Socially Awkward. Joey Coco Diaz. Get the fuck up on it. And there's another place that we're unofficially sponsored by. Onnit. Onnit.com. Because I need me some alpha brain. Because my brain is definitely not alpha'd. Oh. So here it is. My hour-long or so chat with Erik Yoshimoto from Voices from the Planet.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. No. So I gotta fucking remember how to do this because I don't want to fucking lose the file.
Not the second time.
I know, right? Fuck. If that I quit already. No, yeah, I set it up so it'll save the file in my folder with all my other shit, so hopefully it just works straight away. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Alright, it's
cool,
recording, man. Cool.
Hello.
Yeah, so since this is our second attempt, I hope it's not weird and awkward that we're probably going to be talking about the same shit.
Nah, that's all good, man. That was like 2 months ago, so.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, I just looked at the Skype thing. It was like from August.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, so.
Time flies. Yeah, because you went on a little vacation after that, and.
Yeah, that's right. That's fuck.
Time flies, all that.
And it's October now, Jesus Christ. The year's almost over.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So you had your show tonight? You guys are doing sound for a band, yeah? I saw you posted a clip.
Oh, yeah. This little band, this little place that they played, it's called the Alibi Room. I never worked with them before. They're called Flipside. Cool dudes.
Was that through Bob Bolin?
Yeah. He wasn't there, but me and the other guy that works with us, Walt, he's got the trailer with the second rig and stuff, so I just go and meet him there, and he's cool as shit. He fucking gets there like an hour before we even need to be there, because we get there like 2 hours before they're set to go on. So we make sure we have enough time to set up and shit.
Right.
But he gets there like an hour before that, and like has half the shit set up before I get there, like most of the time. So I just stick around and I help him finish setting up, and then I make sure like the equalization and any effects and shit are good throughout the show, and then I help him break it down. It's cool.
So when you're there that early, do you guys do your own sound checks, or you guys wait till the band shows up and then they sound check before they go on?
Yeah, we gotta wait for them because yeah. And they usually do get there like around an hour and a half, you know, before the show starts. So, like tonight, I think they were ready to go on at 8, but we sound checked at like 7:30. So it's just like a waiting game after that.
Give a chance.
But it's cool, man. It's fun shit.
Yeah, man. So that was is this like a steady gig you do all the time?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working with Bob for about 2 years now almost, and it's pretty much now, like, since we got this second rig going on, like, every Friday and Saturday, we're both usually out at different places doing a band, so it's pretty cool, man. The local, like, especially the cover bands around the area, there wasn't really, I mean, there is a couple different sound companies and sound guys that do it, but I don't know, we just noticed that they weren't doing it well, and Bob already had, like, his studio going, and so he decided to start doing the live sound shit, and that's how I met him, too. I met him at an open mic back, like, 5 or 6 years ago, and he was just a cool fucking dude, so I just started, like, hanging out and recording in his studio, and then eventually he asked if I wanted to help him set up shows and shit, and then we would trade back and forth. Like, I'd help him do a show, and he'd give me studio time to record my own music, and it's fucking awesome now, because now it's got two rigs going. He's trying to see if there's a way that we can get a third rig going, but I would have to, like, end up getting a van or something. I got a fucking Scion right now that's not carrying equipment at all.
So you guys bring what, speakers and everything? Like the venues don't have their own, like, sound systems, or?
Yeah, most of the venues around here don't. So we got, like, the subs and the mains and all the monitors, and we bring the mic stands and all the mics.
Oh shit!
Pretty much everything. The band just has to bring their equipment and their cables, you know.
Right,
and then they're
shit.
set.
Yeah.
Because I remember being in bands when I was younger, and, you know, we didn't really have a sound guy. All we did was we brought, like, 2 mains, not even subs, just, like, the 2 main monitors, and then we wouldn't even have any stage monitors. It was just hard as hell to hear each other on stage. But even when you play, like, I played this place in Philly. It's been around a while. It's called the Trocadero. And I was in a metal band at the time playing bass. I'm a guitar player, but I had to play bass in this band. And playing at a big show, like a concert venue like that, like, you can still barely hear yourself on stage. It's so weird, man. It's so fucking weird. Like, to hear your own song recorded in the studio, and then you play it through your speakers in your car. But then you got to play on stage, and it's like you can barely hear anything that's going on. It's a weird thing. That's why a lot of bands nowadays have the in-ear monitors.
Right.
They just put them right in their ear, and you don't even have to worry about shit. You can hear whatever you want. It's nice. Yeah. I never experienced that, but
that's like some next level shit.
Yeah, I gotta get back in a band again for that.
That comes along with
actually
cordless mics.
Yeah, I hate them fucking things, man. They're such a pain in the ass. You gotta get, like, the right frequency going on, and then the people that, like, sing with them are, like, waving them all around, and they don't really think about the fact that you point a microphone at the speaker, it's gonna feed back.
Right.
It's crazy. But we're actually getting, Bob was talking about, and Walt was talking about getting in-ear monitors so we don't have to lug around these big-ass monitors for the stage. That way we could just give each band member some headphones, and then that's it. They can hear that shit right through there. And it's actually better, too, because you could hear everything perfectly in there. Even with, like, monitors on the stage, it's kind of hard sometimes.
Right,
because they feed back.
Noise
you know?
and shit, too, yeah. I was fucking...
Yeah.
And you can't turn it too loud or you're going to go deaf.
that too. But a lot of the places around here, man, we get told by the managers, they come up after the set starts, they're like, hey, can you guys turn down the volume a little bit? We're like, what are you talking about, man? It's a band. Like, it's not even loud. Like, I don't have it up loud enough, like, for you to ask me to turn it down. But, okay. But then sometimes we get asked a bit, like, if you're working with a band that's not, like, understandable with that shit, it's kind of hard because you'll have, like, a drummer that, like, hits hard as hell, so you have to have everything turned up so that it's over top of him or, you know, at least equal to him.
Right.
Because if we turn everything down, you're going to hear just drums, man.
Do you guys usually set up mics for the drums and shit, too? Because I know a lot of people are doing that, yeah?
Yeah, man. We got drum mics and then an overhead microphone for them. So, like, they don't really have to pound on them.
Right.
You know, because they're getting... Besides them going out to the mains, the drummer usually has a monitor back there for himself to hear shit, too, so...
Right. But
you just got to get...
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
You just got to get people that fucking know what the hell they're doing. Yeah. Seasoned musicians.
I don't know.
And that's, I think, like, a lot of them around here, they're, like, between 30 and 50 years old, so they've been playing for a while.
Yeah. Because I remember when I used to play the drums, I used to get super excited, and I used to just hit it too fucking loud, or I would end up, like, going too fast. And then,
yeah.
So I used to play in a band too. Me and my friends had a small garage band too, and we used to play like reggae music and shit. But it was always like, "You're too loud, bro. You're too loud." And then in between songs, I would just start going off and doing crazy shit just because I get excited. I want to just play the drums. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, they would always say, "Bro, you're so fucking obnoxious, dude. Just don't play anything while we're talking." And I'm like, "No, how can you put somebody behind a drum set with drumsticks and expect them not to want to bang that shit?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. You gotta get some of them brush sticks.
Right.
Like fucking Nirvana Unplugged.
An electric drum set. I always wanted to get one of those. I've tried them at like music stores, but that's cool because then you can just throw headphones in and fucking go off, and all you hear is that little pitter patter of the drums on the pads.
You could actually turn them up as loud as you want, or turn them down as loud as you want.
Yeah.
When I first met Bob, one of the dudes, this dude Jeff, used to come up and play drums. He used to bring his electronic drum set and like just let anybody go up there and jam on it if they wanted to, and that was the shit because we could control the volume of those things.
Right.
But I mean, you got to get a nice set if you're gonna get an electric one, because sometimes you get like a shittier one and they don't sound real, you know.
right And like,
it just sounds like an electric drum set.
Yeah, I've tried like the rubber pad ones, and they have like the roll-in one with the mesh screens.
Yeah,
those ones are so good. They feel so nice too, because it has like the actual rim of like the snare drums and the toms and stuff are a little raised too, so it actually feels more realistic, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though it's electric.
Hell yeah.
A little bit feels like you're playing the drums.
Oh yeah, you can get them rim shots in there.
Yeah, exactly.
The rim shots are loud too.
Right.
On a real drum set.
So how long have you been playing music for, man?
I've been playing 21 years now. I started playing fucking guitar when I was 14, and I just turned 35 last month. It's crazy.
All right, happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you, and happy almost birthday to you.
This Friday. Fuck.
Getting
old, 34.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. You said the 21st, right?
Yeah.
Because that's my birthday, but in September. But Rogan's coming out with his special on the 21st on Netflix. So you could have like a little viewing party for your birthday.
Right. Fuck. None of my friends are really into stand-up comedy.
Really?
Yeah. I told my friend the other day, you know Owen Benjamin, the comedian?
Yeah.
He was the one
that like walked out of the church.
Yeah, I knew you would know that one because he ate a star and like lost it and just wandered outside and left and never came back.
Yeah,
but he has a podcast. No, I say he has a podcast.
I haven't listened to his yet.
It's called Why Didn't They Laugh? And like, so he breaks down jokes. He has like the audio from some of his sets he did at clubs and shit. But he's doing this new thing where he's breaking down all the South Park episodes after they air. Like, he's doing his little commentary on it. And it's pretty on point. He's a smart guy. But I was telling my friend who is into South Park, like, Brad, you should check this out. It's a stand-up comedian, and, you know, he's the podcast he's talking about, and all he responded me to was, I don't listen to podcasts. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, dude, like, I know you like comedy, but it's like, dude, I don't understand. Yeah. And this guy is actually one of my my longtime friends, and he turned me on to Coast AM, like, back in the day in high school.
Yeah.
So I would think, right, podcasts are totally up his alley.
Yeah, he probably just doesn't realize what exactly they are, you know? A lot of people don't. Like, they think they're just fucking, and, you know, well, a lot of them are just normal, regular people that do them, but, like, there's a lot of good ones out there that are funny or interesting, you know?
Right. Educational. We were talking about...
Educational.
We were talking about the Radio Labs. Radio
Lab?
I've been listening to those. They had some really interesting ones that came out about, like, was it the 14-day law? Did you listen to that one?
No, I don't think so.
About how they're like, scientists are allowed to grow
the
embryos, but only for 14 days.
Yeah, I did listen to that.
That was so trippy.
Yeah. Yeah, because they only went up to like 7 days up until recently or some shit that they could like actually see what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
that show is awesome, dude. If I could make a fucking podcast like that, it would be cool as hell. Like I always have these ideas for different podcasts since I started one. And I feel like I'm going to do it eventually, just like make side, because right now it's just like I do like music and comedy and whatever people I want to like talk to like that, but like they're not usually about specific subjects and shit like that. I feel like I want to make like ones that are like old radio shows and shit like that, like fucking World of Worlds or whatever.
Yeah, where it's like, where it's almost like reading us like a movie, like.
Yeah, like whatever that was called, the Orson Welles one, where he like tricked everybody into thinking aliens were invading.
Yeah, War of the Worlds. There's one, the same guy, Owen Benjamin, does a podcast with his brother called Case Closed, Beers Open, where they do, like, they're detectives, and they, like, solve crimes or whatever, mysteries in, like, their small little town where they live in, like, upstate New York. But that ones are pretty funny. It's kind of like that theater where, like, they're talking, like, hey, we should go do this and check this out. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And, like, they have the footsteps going through, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I heard he Monday through Friday, he, like, cuts down trees with his brother.
Yeah. He got out of Hollywood and moved to, like, Saranac Lake or something like that in New York.
Oh, wow.
But I follow him on Instagram too, and some of the shit he posts, it looks like where my parents live, where we were on vacation. I was like, oh shit, and kind of can understand exactly what he's talking about with this, like, the small town feel. You know,
yeah.
It's crazy.
I just actually went to New York for the first time a couple weeks ago with my girlfriend. We went to see Joey up at Gotham, and I never walked around the city I'd never been in there except for, like, in high school we had a school trip to the Statue of Liberty, but we didn't really like go into New York City. So it was cool just to walk around up there, man. Walk through Central Park and shit, and then Times Square and all that.
That's
fucking
crazy.
Expensive. Oh my god!
I can imagine.
We drove like 20 blocks, and it cost like $25-$30 just to get from like Central Park to Gotham.
Was that a cab or was that an Uber?
No, it was a regular cab. I guess I should have called an Uber, but we were ready to get there. We were walking around Central Park. There was like a Rihanna concert or some shit going on. We heard like all the music, but you know, you couldn't get in because it was all blocked off. So we were like, let's go walk up towards the comedy, the venue, and just be around there until it gets ready to go on.
Right, because you never know how long it's going to take to get a couple blocks in New York, right?
Yeah,
I heard it's crazy.
So we got there like an hour early, and we walked down the street, and they had like a nice fucking outdoor like people were selling shit and had tents and stuff. It was cool. They like had the streets blocked off. And then we got to see Joey Diaz fucking kill it.
Yeah, how was that?
Fucking,
is that your second time seeing him?
It's my second. No, it's like my third time seeing him. But like in May or whatever it was, I went and saw him 2 nights in a row. So it's kind of my 4th time seeing him. But like, yeah, he brought me and my girlfriend backstage after like we went out. And he was like not signing, but like taking pictures with everybody.
Yeah. And
I walked up to him. I was like, "You know who I am?" He's like, "Yes, I do, brother." I was like, "That's so fucking cool." And he had to tell like one of the guys at Gotham. He was like, "This is my little brother," or no, he said, "This is my nephew. He's coming backstage with me afterwards." So I had to like stand there and watch and take pictures of a whole bunch of people, and then we went backstage and ate a couple stars.
Oh shit.
Dude, I can understand why fucking Owen Benjamin walked out and didn't come back after eating them things, dude.
Tell me about that shit, man. Because I'm fucking dying to try one of those, but unfortunately we don't get them out here in Hawaii.
I know, dude. It'll be soon enough, man. Because I'm hoping, like, 2018, Jersey hopefully legalizes shit, so hopefully in a few years it just fucking spreads like fucking cancer and just everybody can smoke like you drink, you know.
Right.
But it was awesome. Like when I saw him in Philly a couple months ago, he gave me a couple stars, but I like gave one to my brother and whatever. So I only had one of the, you know, there's like the red ones and the purple ones.
Right.
The red ones are like, I think like 100 or 125, and the purple ones are like 200 milligrams. So in May, I took like, I took a half of a red one in May, and I kind of like, I got fucked up, but I kind of fell asleep because I took it late at night. But a couple weeks ago, when he gave me a red one and a fucking purple one, and I just fucking ate them shits right there, just fucking downed them. And we took the train from was it Hamilton or something, New Jersey, right over to Penn Station. And on our way back from New York City to Jersey, I'm sitting on the train, dude. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I've never felt that from weed before. It's crazy. Like, I've eaten, like, other edibles that I've tried. Like, I've tried to make brownies and shit like that, but it was nothing like this shit, dude.
Dude,
what kind of like
using, man? Like,
it stings a little bit. It like when you eat it and you swallow it, it almost has like the same kind of feeling. You know, there's like those little fireball candies.
They're
they're like cinnamon
ones?
or some shit. Yeah, the red one. It kind of has that kind of aftertaste after you swallow it for like a minute or two. It's like got so much THC in it.
Right. It's affecting your throat.
Yeah. But, like, it was nice, dude. I need a prescription of those motherfuckers. I wish.
I don't know, I want to try and make my own cookies and stuff, but I use the like, after vaped buds and shit. But people tell me they're pretty strong, but, yeah, I want to try, like, a real deal fucking edible and then see, like, okay, was it really strong or am I just a pussy? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but you know what, dude? The way that they're doing it now is so concentrated over there, you'd probably have to eat like a whole batch of your cookies to feel like what you would feel from a couple of these stars, man.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Nuts. Yeah. Because I've given them to my friends and they got fucked up. Like, but then
do they eat them often though, or do they smoke often?
They don't, and
that's probably why.
Yeah.
You got a tolerance from probably smoking, plus you're trying to eat it too, and that's why I thought that I was not gonna feel it because I kind of smoke often.
Yeah.
And I rolled a couple numbers and fucking brought them up there. Smoked a joint in Central Park.
Oh shit, that's cool.
On the DL, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Trying to be sly.
Yeah. We found this one little trail that had like a little wooden seat and nobody was around. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna toke on this.
I can't even like imagine like the scale of Central Park, because we have nothing like that here on Oahu, right?
Dude, it's huge. Right? It's huge. It's weird too, because it's got like little fucking rock mountains in it and shit. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? It's crazy. It's like its own town. Like they have so much shit in it. Like there was this like horse, you know, those things where like people ride horses and they jump over the fucking fences or whatever the fuck. I don't even know what the hell that's called.
Like,
but there was one of those things.
Shit.
Yeah, there was one of those going on inside Central Park, like deep.
That's fucking
Jesus.
That's fucking. I can't. Yeah, the scale of even New York City is just crazy. It's like a whole island. That's one giant city.
Yeah, and it's like, because I walk around Philly sometimes, but it's not the same at all, man. It's like so condensed over in New York City. Philly's like kind of spread out a little tiny bit more, and there's not as many people. But New York City's nuts, dude. And then there's also like the underground of New York City, which is like all the subways and shit. It's like totally different.
Like it's Swiss cheese under all those giant buildings. How the fuck do they stay up?
Yeah, right? Very carefully.
I know, fuck, it's crazy. Like, and I think sometimes like here, like Honolulu and Waikiki are like the two major like big cities on the island I'm on. And Waikiki is basically just all hotels. It's a tourist destination.
Yeah.
But even that's like overwhelming to me sometimes. It's fucking crazy, just the amount of people, tourists, and just the regulars, you know. And I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like times like 1,000 for New York with the amount of tourists in like Times Square.
Hell yeah,
I would have an anxiety attack just being around that many people.
I know. Well, yeah, because you're not used to like a lot of people over there, probably, right?
Not at all. And I don't even like the amount of people that are here. Sometimes it's too much. It's just like fuck. Like that's why I don't go to movie theaters, man. It's just too crowded. I don't feel comfortable being so close proximity to so many strangers.
Yeah, no. They actually have some movie theaters around here now that, like, you have to pay ahead of time. Well, obviously pay ahead of time, but you have to pick your seat ahead of time.
What?
Because they have, like, it's like they got seats because, like, they're, like, recliner seats now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, cushioned and shit. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, they just opened up one of those here. I don't know how many seats there are, but yeah, I don't know if you have to go through all.
Yeah, it's not as many as a regular theater because they're bigger, but
they serve alcohol and
way
food
more
and
comfortable.
Shit.
Really?
Like you can get a meal, which is kind of nuts. I would think that would be kind of distracting from the movie if you decide not to eat and the dude next to you is like munching away on like a fucking I don't know what they serve, but it's just like damn.
I know it's dark in there. How the hell do you eat? You see to eat it.
We have this
I can barely see to grab my popcorn.
We have this one little theater here. It's the same kind of concept, but it's only like 15 seats, maybe like 20 at the most. But all like the lazy boy recliners, and they play a lot of like. They don't really play like the theaters that are in like the big theaters, the movies that are in there. So it's all like older films. But we went there one time and. It says bring your own booze, bring your own snacks, whatever. It seems like okay, so we brought in like chips and shit and popcorn in like bags, and then we went with my my wife's dad, my father-in-law, and he brought like wine and shit, which I guess was okay. You could do that, but we got like scolded halfway through the movie because people were saying we were being too loud, and we kept getting like shushed, and we were like, "What the fuck? I thought we could do this. Why are we getting in trouble?"
We said you could bring your food and drinks and everything, but we didn't say you could fucking talk, motherfucker.
Shut up. I don't want to hear a bag crinkle. You should have brought it in your pocket.
I bring fucking... Even to the movie theaters around here, you're not supposed to bring shit in there, but I fucking pack my pocket. I stop at the convenience store on the way and fucking just...
Pick up your
get my goobers there for like $10 cheaper.
Right. $10 cheap. Fuck, it's so crazy. But I haven't gone to the movies in so long just because too many people. I think the last thing I saw was like Lord of the Rings when it came out, the first one, Fellowship of the Rings.
Holy shit.
Yeah. That might not be true. It might have been a couple of others since then, but that's the last one I really have a memory of. Because it was a funny story. So we went on the fucking premiere night, and so like the whole theater, whatever, like maybe it was like 14 different rooms or different theaters. So, but every single one was playing the movie at like the midnight showing.
Wow.
So we waited in a huge ass line for like hours to get in, and then they're directing us to which one to go to. And they point us to this one, and the line was so long, and we were like, what the fuck? We just stood in a long-ass line. So we looked across the lobby of the theater, and we saw that there was one that didn't have a line. So we fucking were like, fuck this, let's just go in there. It's the same movie everywhere. What's the difference, right? So we go to that one, we sit down, and it turns out to be like a company had rented out that theater for their employees only, and like the boss came up and was like giving a speech, and everybody was like clapping and like enthusiastic, and we just like sank in our seats like, what the fuck did we just do? We thought we were gonna get busted. So I don't know, it was fucking crazy, but like, yeah, just sitting next to people you don't know and shit, I'd rather be like comfortable on my couch and be able to talk it during a movie and not be worried about disturbing other people too.
Yeah, I feel that. We used to go movie theater and just like go see the one we went to go see, and then when we come out, we'd like look on the thing and see what movies are playing like right after the one we were watching goes over, and just like walk right into that theater.
Theater hop.
Yeah, theater hop.
That's fucking cool.
Then again, we also used to fucking like suck on our gummy bears for a while until they got real sticky, and then throw them up on the screen.
I remember when laser pointers came out, that was all everybody was doing, is pointing fucking laser pointers at the screen.
Oh my god, that's so annoying. I think the last movie I went to go see was Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah, how was that?
I kind of liked it. Like a lot of people were talking shit on it, and you know, Ben Affleck's not a good Batman, and Jared Leto was like as the Joker, but I don't know. For what it was, I was digging that shit. I'd like to see. I can't wait to see the Justice League movie that comes out. I'm totally into fucking. I've always been a Batman fan since I was young, man.
Me too. I have these 2 Batman figures from like the 80s that my parents saved for me, and now my son has them.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's crazy. We're trying to, like, I was trying to force Batman on him. Like, you like Batman? Here's a Batman t-shirt. Batman toys. Just like, we went to like a store, and I was like, I gotta buy this toy for him. And she was like, my wife was like, he doesn't need a $24 Batman toy. And I was like, yes, he does need a $24 Batman toy. Like, I don't think.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be playing with it when he's not.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he's gonna be Batman for Halloween.
I was Batman so many times for Halloween when I was young, dude. I was Batman and the Crow and like I think a vampire. That was like my 3 like Halloween choices or costume choices when I was young. I was a vampire like every year until I was like fucking 13, and then I was like, let me do something else. And the fucking Brandon Lee and the Crow shit. And I was like, let me do that. And that was before Columbine happened, so I could actually wear the trench coat and not get looked at funny. Fucking crazy shit.
So you're into all comic book movies, or just strictly Batman?
No, I mean most of them I'm down with, man. I've been watching the new Luke Cage show on Netflix. That's just pretty cool.
Yeah, we checked out.
And the Daredevil was fucking badass too, man.
Yeah, that was. When the first season came out, I was explaining to my wife about it. So I told her, you need to watch the Daredevil movie, because even that one too, everybody hates on that one.
What, Ben Affleck?
Yeah, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner.
Yeah,
fuck, because I grew up liking Daredevil too. Like, fuck, I liked it just because it's a chance to see Daredevil on screen.
Yeah. But then you look back at it, and now that they have this show, you're like, man, that fucking movie sucked.
Right. So I made her watch that, and then we watched the thing, and it was like, fuck. And she was like, no, the series is way better than the movie. I was like, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. And I can't wait to see fucking more of the Punisher too, man. That dude from fucking Walking Dead killed that shit on there. Yeah. I can't wait for that too. You watch Walking Dead?
Yeah, fuck yeah. It comes back on the 3rd?
3rd, yeah, next weekend.
Yep. So that's like my
happy fucking birthday to you.
I know, yep. Sunday I think it is, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like, fuck yeah, that's my birthday weekend, man. Joe Rogan special and Walking Dead.
Yeah, it's fucking A. And well, it's not coming out yet, but Joey's recording. He recorded a special in Chicago this weekend, so that'll be on CISO sometime soon. Yeah. I have that app. I don't know if you heard of it yet, but it's like all comedy network it's kind of like Netflix, but it's all comedy shit.
And it's no, because I heard everybody was talking about Doug Stanhope's.
Yeah, he just came out with a special.
Yeah, they
said
too. Like that special alone is the reason why you should get that Cecil app.
Yeah, I know, man. And the same thing's gonna happen with Joey's too, man. I'm just waiting because I think you can get it's like Hulu. You get like the first 30 days free or whatever, and then you have to. But it's only $3.99 a month, so I mean, I guess it's not that much.
That's fucking cheap, man.
Yeah,
like that's a you get and forget about it.
Yeah. And it comes, it's right off iTunes. You don't even have to worry about it. It's just like fucking Netflix. But I can't wait for that, man. He's prepared. He was way prepared for this shit. Like, just seeing him do his set, what is it, like 4 or 5 times this year? Mm-hmm. I could tell that, what he was working on, and, like, it's really cool, man. I never, like, got into watching live comedy around here, so like any shit that I ever watched before that, like I think the only other time I've seen comedy besides Joey was George Carlin. I got to see before he passed away at a fucking high school near my house. It's weird. I don't even know why he was playing at this high school, but it was a really cool, like, big auditorium, so I guess it was, I don't know, it was weird. But just watching George Carlin do, like, all his bits that he did from, like, all his specials, like, he basically didn't have anything new. It was all, like, old shit. He had, like, a couple new things because he had to, stay current with, like, what was going on in the world a little bit. But he did a lot of older shit. But it's cool to see that, like, to see them work on stuff and change it a little bit and, make it just a little tiny bit funnier, even though it's fucking hilarious already. So I'm excited to see, like, what bits are going to be on his special, because I got to see him, like, work on them. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah. And it was in Chicago?
Yeah. Him and Lee went out there, and I think it was this company called Comedy Dynamics was taping it for him. So hopefully it comes out within the next, like, month or so. I'm hoping. I think he said, like, sometime in November it might be coming out. So he's supposed to let me know too, because I might have to make, like, the cover for it.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But I don't know. Like,
get that money.
Well, that's like. It's so crazy with the whole fucking Savage Dad thing and how that worked out. Like, I'm still in shock that I work with this dude and actually, like, talk to him on the phone. And now I talk to Lee on the phone. I've made a couple of podcast designs for him and his podcast that he, like, helps people with. He does, like, that podcast consulting shit.
Yeah.
So it's fucking cool, man. I got a couple that I got to work on, actually.
No, and I know you as being a fan, you'd be doing that shit you were doing that shit for free.
Oh yeah,
and
I still do.
Yeah, like, it's just good to know that, like, people like that, like Joey and Lee, that they appreciate that shit, and like, they're fucking down to earth dudes, bro.
They really are, man. Like, Joey, I could see him, like, really being my Uncle Joey. It's crazy. My family is fucking nuts, and he fits right the fuck in.
That's crazy.
And Lee's cool as shit too, dude. He's so nice. Like, when I talked to him on the phone the first time, he was like, I don't know, he knew who I was. Like, we never met, but, like, he knew, like, that I worked with Joey and did all this crap myself. But, like, he was the most polite fucking person on the phone. I felt bad, like, even cursing on the phone because, talking like we are. But yeah, he's great, man. It's really cool to be working with them guys. I got to get the fuck out to their side of the country sometime soon. Hook up with fucking Rogan too. He told me that once I make it out to LA, I need to let him know so he can hook it up. So I'm not sure what the hell he meant by that, but
yeah, I wonder
I'd be
what
fine
that,
with
what
just
that
meeting him and
means.
shaking his hand, you know? One of these days, it'll happen.
So,
it's just hard.
do you want to tell me about how you started your podcast, man? Like, were you listening to podcasts at the time and shit when you wanted to start it, or?
Yeah, I'd been listening to podcasts for like a couple of years at that point, and just from listening, well, I mean, I started off listening to like crazy shit, like fucking Alex Jones and stuff, and then I saw Rogan on there with Joey Diaz, so I started listening to Rogan's podcast, and I didn't really know who Joey Diaz was, but then I heard him on Joe Rogan's podcast a couple times. I was like, this dude is fucking hilarious. So I started listening to Beauty and the Beast when he started that with Felicia Michaels, and then him and Lee started the church. What's happening now? So I was, fuck, this is great, especially with the line of work that I've been doing recently. I do like paralegal work at a law office. I sit at the cubicle all day, so it's like they don't mind if you have like a headphone in and just get your shit done and whatever. People look at me like I'm laughing, and they're like, what the fuck? Most people are like listening to music and shit, and I'm listening to people talking about fucking chasing fucking hookers down and burning their wigs. They're like, what the fuck is this guy laughing at? But I don't give a shit. Yeah. And just like the inspiration from Joey, like him and Joe tell people all the time, why don't you start your own podcast? How come you just don't start your own podcast? And I mean, they were, you know, people that were already guests on that show, but it influences a lot of people, man, because a lot of people listen to that shit. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm into music, I'm into comedy, I'm into the art. Why not fucking try to start one myself and do it for my own, you know, enjoyment or whatever. I never thought that I would be working with Joey, but like, you know, shit fucking happens, and now I fucking am. It's crazy. So after I started one by one, not this July that just passed, but the year before, 2015. And then that's when he came out with his Savage Dad in like November. And I just fucking took that picture and souped it up and sent it back to him, and he wanted to use it as the cover for his album, and everything just fucking escalated from there, man. It's crazy. I'm so fucking lucky. But I've had a couple, like one of the bands that was Joey met, I think, over in Ohio or Indianapolis. He played like earlier this year, and the band like they tour the country all the time, and they listen to the church like as they're driving around and shit. So like they contacted me to see if I would want them to be on my podcast because they knew I worked with Joey. It's like, fuck yeah, man, because that's what I originally started it for, was like I wanted to get into like, you know, the hearts and minds of the local musicians around my area, because there isn't really anybody doing that. But I had a band on called Hero Jr., and they came in Bob's studio and recorded a couple tracks and didn't fuck up once. They're a fucking incredible band. And then we talked for an hour, and then they fucking got back on the road. They were like going from New York to like Pennsylvania somewhere, and they just stopped at Bob's like one morning at like 10 o'clock in the morning. Just brought all their shit in his studio and jammed out, and it's pretty incredible, actually. It's like I want that to happen more with other bands that are doing that kind of shit. And so does Bob, because it's just cool to fucking watch a band that's so tight just fucking pull that kind of shit off, especially like good shit, you know. It's hard to like find that kind of things. But some bands you go see and they're like, And they're like touring, like professional touring bands, like getting paid good. You know, it's like, what the fuck, man? It's like when you see like not chicks, but like groups nowadays, like pop singers, they like have backing tracks while they're singing live. Like they're not even singing live. They have it's like they're doing karaoke,
right? Yeah.
Or like they're like recording a music video. It's like the same thing, because when you do a music video, they have the music, like the actual song, playing real loud, and you kind of have to act along, like you're singing it. Yeah, but that's exactly what goes on now in like a lot of bands, a lot of cover bands around here. Actually, I found out after starting doing the sound with Bob, they fucking have backing tracks, man. Like their drummers. Yeah.
Like, that should be against the law. Like, you shouldn't, like, I feel like people should be like, no, we're not going to stand for this shit.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That is totally what I'm saying. It's like, you're getting paid. And some of these bands, they could pay, like, almost $1,000 for a show.
What?
Especially at, like, bigger bars around the area. And then you come in there with a backing track that, like, plays, like, half the song.
Yeah, and
some of the bands around here just... Yeah, some of the bands, like, can put down their guitars and walk away from the fucking stage, and the song's still going.
Yeah, I need a smoke break. I'll be back. Just let the track play for me.
Yeah. It kind of pisses me off, because I remember, like, me being in a band. I was always in, like, an original band, but, like, we had to play cover songs in order to get gigs. So we had to actually play them, you know?
Yeah, and then you throw in, like, your original shit, you pepper it in there, right? So that way, freaking expose
that was the way.
But you gotta kind of draw them in with the cover shit.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, man.
Oh, shit. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yo.
Oh, fuck, my headphones cut out.
Oh, no. Still recording there?
Yeah, no, yeah, still recording. I lost audio for a second, man. Technical difficulties. No, but my friend's band, yeah, that's what they would do. They would play, like, the Sublime covers and shit like that to get people dancing, because everybody fucking loves Sublime in Hawaii.
No, yeah.
And I mean, not to say that I don't. I fucking love them too. They're the shit. But that's how you get everybody to get up on the dance floor and start dancing and shit. And then you throw in a rock original. And then you kind of slowly watch people fade back into their seats and shit, or go to the bar. Yeah. And then, all right, well, let's do a fucking Bob Marley cover. And then, oh, fuck, everybody comes back out.
Yeah, no. It's a weird thing, but it's cool either way. Even if you're, like, up there playing somebody else's song, it's a really cool feeling to be able to, like, connect and be in sync with a couple of dudes, you know, that... It's just a weird feeling. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, being in a band before, but, like, that there's no other feeling like that. Like, being in sync with a band and just, like, tight as hell, and fuck anybody who's listening. I'm fucking down with what's going on stage right now, you know?
Yeah, we were a struggling band. I mean, we were all good friends. We all pretty much went through high school together. A couple of the guys in there I, like, knew since, like, elementary school. But it just, when it came to that, like, me, like, being the drummer and my friend who was the bass player, we, like, were super tight, like, as friends. And then when, I don't know, it just, like, there was, like, a connection, like, when we played. Like, he could just fuck around and, like, make up some shit, and I could just keep up. But, like, I don't know, I think at the time when we were all young, and I don't know, the motivation might not have been for, like, a positive purpose and egos and shit. And then we had a singer who was a little too shy, and he didn't even want to sing in front of us, in front of practice. It was like, man, what the fuck are we even doing this shit for? But, so we tried it, and we tried a couple, like, different setups with different people, and moved, like, we were going to just be, like, a dub band. Like, because since we couldn't find, like, a confident singer, it's like, let's just play fucking dub music. But then it's like, that gets kind of boring after a while.
Yeah, and then you end up being, like, background music, and nobody's paying attention to you at bars and shit.
Yeah, you kind of need, like, that front man with the charisma and shit, whoever, the singer, the guitar player, whoever's singing, to kind of get the crowd into it, you know?
Yeah, and I don't know, when I was in bands, like, besides the bass, or the metal band I was in last, that was, like, fucking 10 years ago now, but I was, like, the front man, like, back in high school, I was it was like me and two other dudes. So I don't know, it's weird. My first show that I ever like played kind of in front of people. It was my 16th birthday party. My friends fucking conspired with my parents and had like a party at my house, and didn't tell me that we were going to be playing our music in front of my family for my 16th birthday party. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I was like so nervous. I pulled a Jim Morrison and just like stood facing the drummer, just totally, my ass was facing the people for at least like the first like 20 minutes, and then I finally turned around, and I can still remember the anxiety I had just standing there. I could barely move. I was like shaking and shit. But after a while, you get used to like being up in front of people. But I still never was like that charismatic like front man, you know. I guess it might have been too because we were playing like grunge music and shit like that. Like my favorite shit growing up was like Nirvana and Alice in Chains. So it was kind of like, it wasn't kind of the music that gets people up and dancing, you know?
Right.
It was the kind of music where people go there and they just stand there shaking their head, you know?
And kind of stare at the band awkwardly.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, I don't know, I like doing that, just like watching bands that played that kind of music. If I could have got to see Nirvana, dude, before that stopped, unfortunately, when I was 14 and started playing guitar, it was like the year that he fucking died, so never got to see Nirvana, but that dude was definitely fucking the inspiration.
Came out, that was crazy.
The what?
The MTV, the Unplugged, the Nirvana Unplugged.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the greatest things I had seen, and I wasn't necessarily into Nirvana, but I do remember, I think it was, I don't know, it might have been 6th grade or 7th grade, I did a report on Kurt Cobain. It was after he died.
Yeah.
It was like we had to pick somebody and stuff and like do a biography on him. So I remember doing that, but I remember like watching the fucking Unplugged, just like it was amazing. Like to hear the difference from like the actual album, like the studio versions of like the fucking
the electric versions,
and then to hear it like broken down in acoustic style. Like I don't know, maybe that could have been the defining moment. But I've always been a fan of acoustic like covers of songs. Yeah,
I totally feel that, man. One of the last music things I've done was it was me and my friend, and I would play guitar and sing, and he would just sing. And actually, my brother was playing like the djembe, like in the background, so it was kind of cool. It was like acoustic and bongo, but we would just play mad cover songs that were like all over the place, different shit, but we would make them like acoustic and you know, different, our own kind of version of it. So I think that's kind of where I got that influence from, was that Unplugged. Plus the Alice. You get into Alice in Chains ever?
I think I had one album, but I was trying to get into it, I guess. But I was always more of a hip hop fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, dude, this is my music history. I started out I didn't really listen to shit when I was little, except for what my mom and dad listened to in the car. My dad really didn't listen to nothing, but my mom would put on like the fucking, her favorite shit was Donny Osmond, like Barry Manilow and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So I kind of rebelled against that once I actually could pick the music I wanted to listen to. So I started listening to MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice and CNC Music Factory.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah,
Make
Snow.
you sweat till you bleed.
Remember Snow?
Snow, yeah.
Informer? I used to love that shit.
All that, like, early 90s, like, R&B, hip-hop kind of shit, I was down with. But then my aunt got me into Metallica, the Black Album, when that came out. And I was like, dude, Enter Sandman fucking rocks. I need to listen to this whole damn thing. Like, we would just constantly listen to it. And then I started hearing other shit she was listening to on the radio, like Soundgarden and like I can even remember, like, specifically Spin Doctors, that fucking Two Princes song. Even though that was nothing like Metallica and Soundgarden, but that was, like, the era.
Right.
So that's when I started, like, getting into my own shit. That's when I found Nirvana. I was like, fuck, yes, this is my shit.
Don't you think the 90s were a better time for music, just in general?
Oh, yeah, man. And what's funny is, like, not a lot of bands around here, like the cover bands around here, they don't play a lot of it. I guess because some of it was, like, you know, depressing. Like, Alice in Chains had a lot of, like, depressing fucking songs and shit. They just sounded, like, sad or whatever. But at the time, I was just like, I feel this shit in my heart, you know? Like, I really dug it more than just, oh, that's a cool song, you know? Like, but now, like, no bands around here play that kind of shit. I would love to I should just start a fucking 90s cover band and just play, like, Nirvana and Alice in Chains. Because nobody does it, and the people that do play, like, a song here and there, it's not really that good. It's like, I don't know, man. I think there's a niche that needs to be filled.
Yeah, it's kind of a shitty feeling when you hear a band start playing a song and you get excited, like, oh fuck, they're gonna do this song, and then they do it and it's like, fuck, that was shitty. They could have did that fucking way better.
Yeah, they could have spent just a few more minutes learning how to play that.
Right.
And it's so weird too, like, people, like, cover bands don't even, like, especially the singers, they don't even try to remember the lyrics to the songs. Every band that I work with, 99% of them have a fucking iPad on a little stand thing that connected to their microphone stand, and they just read the lyrics as they're standing there.
See, that's not cool, man.
Like, what the hell, man? Like, you sing these songs every weekend. You can't remember the words?
See, that's kind of weird that you do that. It kind of lets you maybe, I don't know, to me I would think, like, do they even really like the song, or are they just playing it because it's like what they think they should play? Like, you should be playing shit that you're into. Like, I mean, you want to you got to know your audience, and you play what they want to hear too, but it's like, shit, you cannot just read it off. I don't know. It's really like karaoke. Yeah,
it really is. And I get it sometimes, because whenever, like, we do this open mic at this bar around here, me and Bob, and we just run the sound. But once in a while, like, we'll play a couple songs, like me and Bob play. So, but you get on stage sometimes and you're just like, fuck, how the hell do I start that song again? Sometimes, like, the anxiety of, like, being about to perform for people, it's just like your mind goes blank. But bands that do it constantly every week, it's like, you just fucking know that shit, man.
That's when you gotta ask the audience, hey man, can somebody hum the first few bars of that real quick and refresh my memory? Oh shit.
But I don't know. I think it's just an easier way. Like, people, like, these days, our minds are just so scattered, man. Like, we have such small attention spans because of technology and social media and all that kind of shit. Like, it's crazy. Like, if you looked up the statistics, most people, like, when they listen to a song, only listen to it for, like, 20 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, even if it's a song they like?
Well, I mean, like, if they hear a new song or a song by a band, like, they'll listen to it for 20 seconds, and then, like, they'll either think to themselves, all right, this is cool, I'll stay, or most of the time they're fucking on to the next song. It's crazy.
Did you used to listen to, like, when you got a new album, would you listen to it, like, front to back, you know what I mean, like, one after another?
Fuck just, yeah, dude.
In the car, just, like,
that's
on repeat?
Yeah. Well, I haven't really bought an album or a CD, like, in a long time that actually has, like, the lyrics in it and shit like that, because now you can just get on your phone. But, like, back when I did that, that's all I would do. I would look for albums that, like, I could listen to all the way through. I never wanted to just, like, buy a single or, like, you know, I wanted to, like, for instance, like one of the last albums I can remember doing that with, pretty sure there was lyrics in there. Either there were or I looked them up. Mudvayne, LD50. I know that's like probably way hard for you, but like that album was fucking nuts. And it was like one of the last ones I can remember, like sitting down and just like listening to it and listening to the words. And like a lot of people don't understand, like especially older folks, they don't understand why like people scream in songs and shit like that. But like if you sit down and listen, like Deftones, I don't know if you like that band or not, but they're incredible. They're an incredible band. They have like, it's mostly like hard shit, and Chino, the singer, fucking like screams a lot on it. And unless you're sitting there like looking at the lyrics, listening to the song, I guess you probably wouldn't know what the fuck he's saying. But like, if you actually sit there and look at the lyrics in front of you and listen to the song while it's playing, you can hear exactly what he's saying, even though he's screaming. You know?
There's actually some context to it. It's not just the growl.
Yeah, and trust me, I don't get down with that fucking like that kind of bullshit. I think that's ridiculous, but you know,
because I think you want people to hear what you're saying, right? If you try to get a message out,
I would think so. Like, I don't know how like all them death metal, like I think that's like, I forget what exactly that genre of music is called, where they're just like grunt the whole time.
Like what is it, like thrash core?
Yeah, like thrash core, death core. So I don't even know, but like I never bought one of those records, so I have no idea if they have the lyrics in them or not. But I just don't even know how I would even sing along with that and be. It's not even singing, you know.
It is. It's just growling.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. It's like animalistic. Yeah. It brings. It's something, but it's not my thing.
I mean, there's a certain energy to those songs. I remember when we were of the age when going out to bars and partying and shit was all the rage, and like in order to take shots, we would like scream, "Let the bodies hit the floor." One, nothing's wrong with me, and we'd like get all hyped up just to take a shot of like whatever. So those kind
of. I actually saw that band before that singer died at Ozfest back in the late '90s. They were pretty fucking badass.
It's a crazy energy, but I'm not. Yeah, for me, and my, I don't know. My disposition, I'm more into like the slower shit. Like I never really understood why people like jammed out to fucking like techno like club music in the car. Because I feel like I understand like the energy of the music, it fucking makes you want to dance. But you're driving in traffic going 5 miles an hour. Like I'd rather listen to something a little slower or chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can't really. I mean, you can dance in your seat, but I mean.
But you see somebody fucking like going balls out, rocking out in their car, and they're just in traffic, and it's like, oh my god, dude. That's not for me, man.
my fucking Scion, it came in like that's one of the reasons because I got the car like from my little brother. He had it before me, and the reason I took that damn car was because the system in it was like the stock system was fucking great, and it's awesome. So I go in there, like, whenever I record anything of my own, especially, I'll go in there and, like, test it out and see how it sounds. Because you gotta go on a whole bunch of different speaker systems when you, like, record your own shit, just because it sounds different, like, on different radios and stuff like that. So you gotta listen and then go back in the studio and adjust a little bit so that it sounds good on all of them. But, like, I'll be fucking... Well, most of the time, though, nowadays, I'm listening to podcasts when I'm driving, but...
Yeah, me too. I've noticed
once in a while, I'll be driving home, I'm like, damn, let me hear some fucking rock and shit, and I'll just turn it the fuck up, man.
Yeah, I think today was, like, the first day in a long time where I actually put on, like, an album I got on iTunes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's usually podcasts.
Yeah.
It's just something...
What was the last album you bought on iTunes?
Was a reggae album. You ever heard of Groundation?
Nah.
Actually, I gotta look. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Groundation?
Groundation, but the lead singer is this guy, Harrison Stafford. They're from like Northern California, like super rootsy reggae, like true to reggae music. But he has like a solo project he does with all these like longtime elders from like Jamaica who played with like, you know, Marley and them and stuff, like all these old school. So it's called the Professor Crew. So they had an album, and that's fucking, I really dig that shit. But I'm into like, have you ever heard of Mike Love? Not the Beach Boy Mike Love.
No.
He's a local artist here, reggae. But I don't even know if you could really call it like 100% reggae. He has some really rootsy reggae songs, but it's kind of like folk music. But he does a lot of the stuff when he plays live where he has the pedal board set up and he does the looping and shit.
Yeah, that shit's
so, like,
awesome.
He'll do like the kick drum by hitting his guitar and like loop that, and then, you know, play like a thing, and like, it's amazing to see live. It's crazy. He's a one man show, but he has a band, like a regular group of guys that he tours with, and the percussionist is the shit too. He has like a cajon and some bongos. I don't even think he really has a snare drum even. He might have a timbale or something, and he has all like the like couple cymbals and different things, and he just does it all like live. It's fucking nuts.
That's pretty sweet. I just saw somebody do that loop pedal thing, and I was like, I mean, this was a couple months ago, but like, damn, that is fucking cool. Like, I really need to get one of those loop pedals.
Yeah, it seems like they can do so much with it.
I have like an app that I can like do it with, but it's not like I couldn't plug in my guitar through it, so it would just be like vocals that you could loop. I made like, I think I covered some that Nine Inch Nails song. Fuck, what the hell's the name of it? That one that's like, I wanna fuck you like an animal.
Right. Yeah.
I did that with like just my vocals and like doing sounds and shit. I don't even know where the hell that recording is, but it was funny. Those things are fun though, man. All these apps for fucking these phones are crazy, dude. Like, with the GarageBand itself. Have you ever messed with that?
On my iPhone or whatever. Was it my iPhone? Does it come on the iPhone? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a iPhone thing.
Yeah, but I haven't really figured it out. I fucked around with the piano thing on it, but...
Dude, it is incredible, man. I got this little thing called an iRig, and you can plug your guitar right into that, plug headphones into it, and then that plugs right into your headphone jack of your phone, and then you can record real guitar right onto your phone.
Right, yeah, because I saw that little app, the little digital one they have with the strings. I was like, how are you even supposed to play this thing? I don't get it. So I just fucking with the piano, and I like bust it out and like play the drums every once in a while when I'm like really bored.
Yeah. That one I made like that one little minute long video like last week or the week before. It was just like the logo with like some music playing in the background.
Uh-huh.
That was all GarageBand instruments. I didn't play one real fucking thing on that. You can do so much with so little now. It's crazy.
Do you
can actually
do it all on your phone, or you have it on your computer too?
No, it's just on my phone.
Oh,
I mean, I have a GarageBand on my girlfriend's laptop too, but that I usually just use that to record like the podcast and stuff because I don't know, it's just more convenient just to do it on my phone. I do everything on my phone, man. All these fucking designs I do on my cell phone. It's crazy. Luckily, I bought Photoshop a couple years ago when it was an actual full app. And now they can't take it away from me because they sell like all of the effects individually now.
Oh,
just kind of beat. Yeah. So since I bought it before, now I always have it. It's never going to get an upgrade or anything, but it doesn't need one really.
But so everybody who's buying all their new phones, if maybe they got it right. So if you got a new phone, would you still have it? I guess so. Yeah. You back up your shit. That's why.
Yeah. I bought it 2 or 3 years ago when I had this was 2 phones ago. So as long as you purchase it, they can't they don't sell it anymore. But as long as you bought it when it was there, you can go back and download it onto any new device you got. So I got it on my iPad, I got it on my phone. It's fucking sweet, man. So, like, if I didn't have that, I would not be doing any of this fucking shit right now for anybody.
Could you hear that in the background? Could you hear that crackling noise?
Yeah, what is that? Popcorn?
Oh, my wife came home and she's making us some dinner.
Ah.
My wife is a hula dancer. So she had a show tonight where they were dancing, and she just came home a little bit ago. So she's making, I think it looks like nachos.
Nice.
Sounds like nachos. Yeah.
Dude, I just came home from that gig, and I was like, shit. I stopped there's a convenience store around here called Wawa. And they are open like all night. So I stopped. I just had a fucking meatball sub with some pepperoni and provolone cheese on.
Late night
That
munchies.
2:00 in the morning.
You're right. Oh fuck yeah, that's right. What time is it over there now?
Now it's almost 3:30.
Oh shit, we should probably wrap it up then.
Oh, that's cool, man. I mean, I'm awake right now. And then, unless you're gonna go ahead and eat, I totally dig that you're ready for some fucking grub.
Yeah, man. This is what, 9 o'clock here, 9:30. It's not that that's late, but
Nah, but it is late, especially for dinner.
well, it's late, and it's late for you too, man. You had a long fucking night.
Yeah, it's cool.
Fucking yeah. Maybe we'll wrap it up here. Do you want to? Like, no. What time did we start? We've been going for like an hour.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Actually, I wanted to ask you if you wanted to do mine, so we could like talk a little more.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
So like maybe in a couple weeks or something, we'll set something up and fucking I'll call you on Skype. How exactly are you doing this?
I'm doing it on my laptop.
You're doing it through Audacity, you said?
Well, for this thing, it's MP3 Skype recorder.
Ah, yes. Yes.
I bought it, but it was like £7, £7 It didn't even have a dollar sign next to it. So I was like, fuck. But I did a couple tests before I called you this time to see where the file saves. But so once you install it, anytime you make a Skype call, it'll pop up and ask you if you want to record it. I have a feeling businesses probably use it to record their employees and shit.
Yeah.
Or for whatever. But so yeah, so it does that and it saves it as an MP3 file. And then what I found out the last time I did it with my brother-in-law when I recorded with him is it's like your voice is going to be on like the right channel and my voice is going to be on the left channel.
Yeah.
So what I had to do was like I had to copy them out and like separate them for a little bit and then make it so it's a stereo track for you and then make a stereo track for me and then put them back together. But I use
so it sounds like you're all in the same room.
Yeah, because that'd be weird. I feel like you're sitting in the middle of two people talking. If it keeps jumping.
Yeah,
from
I've heard a couple. I've heard a couple podcasts like that. Like Duncan Trussell did a few, and they were like separated in stereo like that, and it was weird because I listen to them on headphones at work. Usually just one headphone, because I gotta like hear what other people are saying and shit. And I wouldn't hear half the conversation.
Yeah, you think, is he just talking to himself, man? What the fuck?
Yeah. But yeah, I gotta find that, man. Is that's on a regular, like, not a Mac, right? You got like a
I just Googled it, yeah. It's MP3 Skype recorder. So, yeah.
I need to get on that, because a lot of people, like, we could be doing these podcasts with a lot more people if I knew how to fucking do it. Don't really necessarily have to be in the same room.
Yeah.
And, dude, there's another way, too, like, because you get it, I'm not sure, is it the same quality? Like, both, like, you and me? Like, when it's recorded?
It's okay. Once I separate them, I can kind of turn one up or one down if one is too loud.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea how I sound right now.
Yeah. Some of them sound like they're, like, clear as hell in the same room, but they're, like, on Skype. It's crazy.
I wonder if they're using, like, because you know how Joe Rogan and they use that, what is it called, the TriCaster or whatever? Or even if you just had a soundboard and maybe you could, like, adjust the levels while you're on the call.
Yeah. I didn't know how to do it. I did one Skype podcast. It was with Tal Mordechai, this comedian from Israel. We fucking Skyped from Israel, and I I didn't want to fuck it up, and I was like, fuck, man, how do I do this? So I set up an actual microphone next to the phone. Like, I just had it coming out of the headphone jack of the phone right into a little mixer, and then I had that sitting right next to the microphone, so it was just a mess. But it actually turned out all right.
Yeah, I heard that one was good. and I don't even like just because I not grew up, but since I've listened to like talk radio for so long, it's never really perfect. So I'm used to it being like it's not like quality.
Yeah, unless you're like fucking a huge, like big professional fucking studio, it doesn't really need to be. It sounds more authentic anyway.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I can hear your wife fucking crunching nachos and fucking microwaves going off and shit in the background.
No, he's talking about earlier. Can you hear her now?
No, I don't hear nothing right now.
Yeah, you're doing a good job being quiet.
I hear her giggling now.
Yeah, we're on the couch.
Nice.
But,
all right, brother. Well, yeah, fucking enjoy your nachos, man. Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, plug your shit before we go, though.
Yeah, One by One podcast, fucking on Twitter and Instagram. That's basically. I have a Facebook page too, but I barely share shit on there anymore, man. I don't know what it is, but like, I didn't get as much attention on there, so I was just like, you know what, fuck it. When I first started last year, I promoted it on Facebook, like paid like $20 to have people see it, and I picked like the wrong countries, like. Instead of picking like the USA, I picked like a whole bunch of other countries too, and now like I have like 500 people from like India and Asia following me, and like I don't even think they're real accounts. Like, Facebook totally fucked me on that, but it's crazy. But yeah, Instagram and Twitter is where it's at, and check out too madflavors_world. That's the Instagram that I run for Joey Diaz. So
cool, man.
He gave me free reign, artistic reign, to post whatever I dig on there, and I try to share like not just my shit too. Like if I see other people posting stuff with Joey, or like other artists that like doing shit for like just because they want to, I'll fucking share it on there too, man. Almost at like 60,000 followers now on there. So
shit. How's that compared to your Instagram?
Well, mine's slowly getting there. I got like 2,200 now.
Oh shit! I think I have like 300.
Well, that's where I was, man, until I started doing this shit and getting Rogan to share my stuff, and now I started Joey's back in December, and it's gotten pretty fucking big so far. And every time he plays a show, it's nuts. Like. Everybody that goes to the show must look him up on Instagram right after the show, because I see like so many people follow him every weekend.
You see that bump?
Yeah, it's nuts. So
I think I got the marketing all wrong. I'm just posting random shit all the time and other people's podcasts on my Instagram. And I realized it the other day, like, bro, I don't even post about my own podcast. This is supposed to be about my podcast, but I'm posting Ram Dass quotes every day.
No, but that's cool shit, though, man.
But I figure at
it
least
doesn't have to be
maybe
all
somebody
about that.
will see that and be like, "Oh, let me go check out this podcast. This is a podcast."
Yeah. So, dude, yeah, definitely. Let me know when it's coming out, or you don't even have to let me know. As you post it, I'll share it on mine. I'll fucking share it on Joey's.
Yeah, and I'll definitely tag you in it when I do, because I'll probably post it on Instagram to let my 300 followers know.
Awesome. You gotta get it, dude. You got Twitter?
Actually, I do. I made them, but I haven't posted any tweets yet.
You gotta get on there, man. Twitter's
gonna try this.
I got about the same amount of followers on Twitter, but like that grew a lot faster than Instagram did, I feel like. But I'm looking at like Joey's posts and shit. Like, if you look at Mad Flavor on Twitter compared to like Mad Flavor's World on Instagram, so many more people are liking and commenting on his shit on Instagram. Yet he has like 225,000 followers on Twitter. I don't understand it. So it's crazy, man. You just got to keep fucking putting shit out there and working on it.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
But yeah,
grow it organically.
Get
I'm
on
not
Twitter.
Fall for one of those ones that are like, get viewers. I get those things on SoundCloud too.
Oh.
Get real listeners. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? You got to pay money?
Yeah, I know, man. I really feel like a lot of people on both social media sites do that shit, and they pay for fucking fake followers, man.
Yeah, and then they think
it's nuts.
How cool they are with their 100,000 followers, but none of them are real people.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You get all those followers that are like, they just started an account, and it's like naked girls, and like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I want to have hot sex. Like, I think I used them a couple weeks ago. Yeah, not even proper. But yeah, man, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon, brother.
Yeah, thank you, man. All right, have a good night,
have a good night, man.
Shoot.
Peace.
Peace.